Hello everyone, happy Friday. Welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Sophia, and for all of my returning watchers, thanks so much for popping back on. Happy Friday, happy Women's History Month, happy March. It's so good to see you and be back. Today, I'm gonna be honest, again, I had a styling video planned, and let me tell you, I'm gonna just let myself be a little bit more flexible with these things because today, it's been one, a crazy week, and two, I had something crazy happen today. So I just wanted to come on and share with you guys because it's too good. It's too good not to. It's too good not to. So today we're going to be doing my favorite pet products, and I'm going to be telling you my little story. I've got Sweet Puppy here. Say hi, Dolly. She's camera shy. She's camera shy. So Dolly's gonna say hi. We're gonna talk about our favorite pet products. I'd love to hear what you guys are using, what your favorite things are, what your little ones at home are loving. And I'm gonna share with you my funny story because my Lanta, my luck. Alrighty, so let's roll the intro and get into it. Alrighty everyone, welcome back. So my little one here is just growing so very much. Honestly, like I have become a complete and total dog mom. Like I am obsessed with this little puppy. We are working on our biting, our nipping. Oh my, see, oh my, I'm working on my nipping, everybody. I love to bite things and I get playful. Oh, thank you for those kisses. She does have an ear infection right now. We went to the vet to get our last round of shots, and I was like, hey girl, hey, can you check her ear? Bless her, she's got a little bit of an ear infection, so we're on meds for that. But right now, I'm telling you, she's eating me out of house and home. She's growing so much. She's 5 pounds. 5 pounds, and anybody that I can get close to, I'm like, look at a picture of my dog. This is my dog. Do you see my dog? This is a picture of my dog. She just got, that's her reward from going to the vet the other day. But anyways, I thought I would show you some of our favorite pet products that we are using around the house now, and then I guess I'll go ahead and start by sharing my funny story with you guys. So Dolly and I went to the PetSmart on Tuesday. Keep in mind, I'm filming this Thursday night, okay? So I'm filming this Thursday night, you're watching it tomorrow, Friday. So Tuesday afternoon, Dolly and I went to the PetSmart to pick out her pre-vet prize, okay? Very much like me, I let my dog work on incentives. Every time you do a hard thing in this household, you kind of get a reward. I don't know if that's how you're supposed to raise your children, but that's how I work. Every time I do a little brave thing, I get a little prize. I get a little treat, you know? So I took Dolly to the PetSmart to get a little treat. Plus I needed some rabbit fluff and some rabbit food because sweet baby PETA was out of everything. So it was a win-win situation. And while we were there, everybody's petting my puppy, like we're having a good time. She got treats, like we're doing so good. I've got what I need in my shopping buggy, and I get distracted by the wall of fish, okay? And I don't know about you, but I love having a pet fish. I think it's so calming. I've had betta fish since I was a freshman in high school, probably freshman in high school. I took my betta fish to college with me. Bless my roommate Ellie and I like had a fish funeral for when one of them died, and then we went and we like nursed this lopsided one back to health with frozen peas. Like really cool, but I've always had betta fish, okay? And so I originally went in and I was like, I might just come home with a goldfish. Who knows? I have adult money. No one can stop me. I've paid the pet deposit. I have my own place. I'm a big girl. You know what I mean? Like, what's a little fish? You just toss little pellets in there and it's fine. You know what I mean? So anyways, we're staring at the wall of betta fish, and I'm talking to the lady, and I'm just like, you know, I'd love to get a betta fish again. She's like, here, you should get this live plant because it helps with their water, and it helps keeps it clean, and it's good for them. And so I'm getting suckered into buying live half-submergible water plants, which I would recommend. 2, if you live in Florida, buy the bottled pre-chlorinated, pre-pH'd, pre-happy water for your betta fish. I can't tell you enough that if you live in a state where your water is really strong, really stiff, buy the conditioned water already. Buy the water that's ready to go because it's a huge lifesaver. It feels so wasteful. I've done the drops, but it's just, I've been able to keep them alive a lot happier with the bottled water. And I know that's like so dumb, but I'm needy and I give them the bottled water. Anyways, oh my gosh, hold on, let me throw the unicorn. This is what all of our toys look like, by the way. They're just, we can't. Alrighty. And so we went to the pet store on Tuesday. I'm looking at the wall of betta fish and I'm like, oh, this will be so fun. I'm talking to the lady. I pick out this beautiful blue fish and I'm thinking, okay, this is gonna be Bubbles. This will be like the final addition to our little family and we are gonna have such a good time. My mom is also like, Sophia, you can't get any more pets because when you do find a man that is going to, you know, take care of you and whatever, like you have a small farm, like he's not gonna wanna take care of you, your high maintenance health, and your high maintenance dog, your high maintenance rabbit, and now your high maintenance fish. And I'm like, preach, Jen, I get it, I understand. So anyways, I pick out this beautiful blue fish and I come home, Bubbles and I get settled in, Dolly goes to the vet, we have a great day. PETA, you know, ate some carrots and spinach that day for his little salad, and it's all good. Yesterday, came home, fed Bubbles, no big deal. Keep in mind, I purchased a male half-moon betta fish. A male half-moon betta fish. I woke up this morning, I'm doing my rounds, we went on a walk, Miss Dolly, we had our breakfast, I fed PETA, and then I go to feed Bubbles. I'm like, good morning, Bubbles. Well, turns out I thought I was a grandmother. Well, I am a grandmother because Bubbles is a girl and Bubbles laid eggs. Laid hundreds of eggs. I'm gonna show you videos, like I'm gonna insert clips. Hundreds of eggs, okay? Like, I was like, what is that? And originally I thought it was just Bubbles from the plants because I was like, I've never put a real life plant in there. Maybe it's just auction Bubbles. But they were like jelly-like to the side of the tank and all up the plants. I was like, those are eggs. I'm Googling. I'm like, I'm gonna have 600 betta fish on my hand. What do I do? Who do I call? I'm like, if I call PetSmart, they're gonna tell me to flush them. Like, I just felt like corporate America pet store was just gonna say, get rid of them. You know what I mean? At this point, I was like, are they alive? Like, are they real babies? Like, I don't know. Like, are betta fish like the little stingray in North Carolina? And am I gonna have like Charlotte stingray eggs with my fish bowl? You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, what is going on? What is happening, okay? First off, I just have to say, I do feel like Bubbles was destined for me, and I'm glad that I took her home, and I'm glad that I was able to give her a comfortable birthing spot. Like, imagine if she did that. Like, you know, betta fish, they come in those like little cups, you know? I'm like, imagine if she did that in a cup. Imagine if she had a in the cup. I was like, so I'm glad we at least were able to give her a comfortable birthing spot. I mean, obviously that's why I picked her out. But anyways, so I go about my day and I'm like doing some research. I call PetSmart and I get Dave on the phone. Dave at the Orlando PetSmart, the PetSmart I purchased her at. And I'm like, hey Dave, in the Reptile and Fish Center, my betta fish laid eggs. And he was like, wow, so you bought a boy and it laid eggs? And I was like, yeah, what do I do with them now? Like, I can't scoop these out. Like, is she gonna get sad at me? Are they gonna hatch? Like, at this point, I'm like really confused. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what am I supposed to do with all of these fish eggs? Like, hundreds of fish eggs. And he's like, just scoop them out and flush them. And I'm like, okay, like the animal lover and goes like, there's a baby fish, like I can't do that. Like I can't do that. Like what if they come alive? Like what if I have a Virgin Mary fish and like these eggs are supposed to magically hatch and I'm supposed to raise them? Like what if that's supposed to happen? I can't just flush these eggs, right? So I was like, that was not a good enough answer for me. So then I'm like frantically Googling like fish stores near me, Orlando fish stores. So I found the Aquatico Coral Reef & Co. And I call and I'm like, hey, boy, do I have a situation for you. And I get sweet Annie on the phone. And Annie's like, your betta fish laid eggs? Your betta fish spawned? I'm like, girl, boy, did she. And she was like, that is so rare. You have the rarest betta fish. And I'm like, usually I'm all about rare things. Like, I love rare. But right now, that's not what I want to hear. She's like, breeders can't even get these betta fish to spawn like that normally. Like, it's got to be like really certain circumstances. Like, for her to do that, it's like super duper rare. And I'm like, thank you again. What do I do with these fish eggs? I have since come home from work, and like Annie told me, she said she's gonna eat some of them. Because there's no boy in her tank, they're not gonna hatch. Sorry Bubbles, but thank goodness I'm not gonna be a grandmother. A jump scare, I thought I was a grandmother. But she's gonna eat them. And when I came home from work, she had already started eating them. I know that's like a circle of life. I know it's like what's supposed to happen, right? But like, girls gone to town. There was hundreds of them. And now there's not that many left. I mean, there's still quite a few left. But like, it was so cool. Like, they were all in this little bubble, like this little bubble, and now they're like spread out like this. So like, she popped the bubble. She was like, we're getting in there. I'm hungry. And so my mom and I have been doing betta fish research. Like, who would have known? Now I have all this betta fish knowledge. So she's gonna like reabsorb them into her body. I don't know how that works. I don't understand. I don't really want to know. But all I know is that I don't have actually like 600 baby fish on my hands. What I didn't realize is how fast these eggs, if there was a dude in there, were to like become fish. 3 days. So if the eggs were to be fertilized, 3 days they would hatch and be little fish in my fish bowl. Could you imagine? One, I don't know who impregnated my fish, considering she's been in a plastic cup at the PetSmart. 2, I don't know who marked as a boy. And 3, how did I get that lucky? How did I pick the pregnant betta fish? Never in my life have I had fish eggs. Like, I'm gonna show you. This is like eaten. Like, there is not as many now. But like, guys, can you see them? Do you see? I know her water level is low. Look. Those are eggs. Watch, I'll move them. They're like jelly. Oh my gosh. And there's like hundreds of them. But they were all tightly wrapped. And see, some now they're like spread out. But they were all like wrapped in this little bubble. But like, girl went to town. Like, when I tell you, she ate some. But there's Bubbles. See, there's Bubbles. Say congratulations, you're a mom. Not really. But who would have thought? Who would have thought that I purchased a pregnant betta fish? I mean, that's that. So, and then my sweet Peta, he's the easiest one in the house. He's not giving birth, and he's not potty training, and he's not teething. Sweet Peta, just a good old bunny, just an old man, retired in Florida, living his truth, eating too much, laying in the sun. Big alfalfa guy right now, you know? We splurged this go around, and we got the one with the flower petals and the shredded carrots mixed in. He seems like a big fan. We're not so much into the dried blueberries though, okay? Let me tell you, we popped those in the cage, popped those in his little food bowl. Could care less. He's picking around those, okay? Same with the banana chips. Could care less. He wants a yogurt drop though. That little bunny loves a yogurt drop. Loves them. But I've been doing a lot more like fresh produce with him. I keep seeing all these like rabbit videos. Like, I've slipped onto like pet internet, you know, like when you like get kind of pet crazy, you kind of get on the pet side of things. Let me tell you, those people like meal prep for their pets. They like meal prep. And I think I'm like borderline there with Dolly and PETA. Bubbles, you're sticking to pellets. At this rate, you're eating your unborn, half-cooked children. I don't even know what to tell you about that. But other than that, you know, we're doing good. We're doing good. But I just wanted to ramble, I guess, about my beta fish giving birth and tell you about my pets, a pet update per se. Next week I don't have school, so like it's spring break, thank goodness. So I should have a little bit more time to film, which will be nice. But I just wanted to pop on and just tell you. Plus, like, this is gonna be a funny video for me to like look back on and like, I don't know, a couple months and be like, my beta fish gave birth. Bubbles gave birth on this morning, on this March 7th, a beautiful spring day. Bubbles the beta fish, who we thought was a boy, gave birth in the home of Sophia Dymond in Kissimmee, Florida. Like, who would have thought? Who would have thought Bubbles was a boy? But Bubbles was a girl. I mean, Bubbles was marked as a boy, but Bubbles was a girl. Anyways, that's enough of my ramble. I gotta go walk this little one. She's driving me crazy. But anyways, I love you lots. Let me know your pet recommendations. Let me know if your beta fish has ever given birth. Like, am I the only one this has happened to? Like, literally the lady on the phone was like, this is so rare. This is so rare. And I'm like, I get it, I'm special, but like, what am I supposed to do with them? Like I said, I'm gonna have to scoop them out tomorrow. Anyways, I love you all lots, and I'll catch you next Friday. But yeah, that's my pet update. Let me know what you're liking. Okay, bye.